I'm now live. This is a Waterman 12 in modeled hard rubber that I had planned on selling, and the person who was interested in buying it ended up finding one in a different location. So this is now back in my little collection, and I'm happy to have it back. I have a group of Waterman 12s which are in modeled hard rubber, and this was among them, and now it will go back with its siblings. And it's just, looking at it again before I put it back in the drawer with its siblings, one wonders why Waterman didn't just look at this pen or the simpler brother, the one that's all black, and just say, we can stop now. We've created the most perfect pen, and it's really true. This pen has 5 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, and it's hard to make a pen with fewer parts than this. It has a nib and a feed and a section, which you unscrew and fill with an eyedropper, which I guess you could count as a part, but then you'd have to count the ink and the bottle that the ink is in as a part, so we'll just leave it at 5. And it really has everything that a pen needs to function. You don't need a clip necessarily. You don't need a band around the cap. You don't need a lever and a pressure bar and a lever bar and a spring and a whatever. And you certainly don't need the crap that they added, like the word gauge or the adjustable nib or the rollerball clip. You don't need any of that stuff to make a functional pen. This is really all you need. And Waterman could have stopped right here and put all of their money, rather than into research and development, they could have done advertising and had a pen like this in everyone's hand in the entire world if they hired the right advertiser. But they didn't, and they, quote, improved upon it, made a lever filler system, and made them in different colors, added a clip, made bigger ones, smaller ones. They, did all of the stuff that normal manufacturers do, but they could have stopped with this one and had a perfect pen. There are other perfect pens too. The Parker 51 is a perfect pen, and that could not have been made in 1880. That needed to have a number of inventions between then and 1940, but this is a perfect pen, an example of a perfect pen. Waterman 12 without a clip. A clip makes it one step more complicated, because the clip is not just a clip, it's a clip with 2 rivets, and then you have to drill 2 holes and hammer the rivets down, and you're adding all sorts of brouhaha to the manufacturing of this, and that wasn't necessary, really. It made it slightly easier to carry with you in your pocket, but only just. This can fit in your pocket, and in 1901, they probably made shirts that had a pocket for a pen. They made them for shirts and pants with a pocket for your latch key when you only had one key in your life. They made a pocket for it. They made a pocket for your pocket watch. Yeah, pants used to be complicated, and then they became simple. But pens were simple and then became complicated. So I'm very happy to have this one back. Thank you very much to the person who wanted to buy this pen for finding a different one, because I'm very happy to have this back, or not send this out. One of the things that the person that wanted to buy this pen, the reason that I kept it longer than I needed to have done, I could have sold it and shipped it out to him, but he wanted to have the nib say New York on it. It was evidently that nib is earlier, maybe matches this pen more than the nib that's in it, but I'm not that much of a fanatic about pens that are in my collection, and even pens that I sell. If you want a Waterman nib from a 1940 era pen and then you want to shove it into this pen, I'm happy to do it for you. I'm not a purist in that way. Even if you want to put a Schaefer nib in this pen, and if it fits and if it works and you're happy, that makes me happy. But it is, I suppose, if I were to sell a pen, to have this one be, quote, accurate as a Waterman 12 modeled hard rubber pen from 1908, I better make sure the nib is from 1908 as well. But that is not as important to me. So that's a warning to you people. If you're buying a pen from me, if you want, I mean, most of the time, the pens that I sell are correct. But if you want to buy this pen and you were in my store and you liked the way come on, where's another Waterman pen when I want it? That's not a Waterman. Let's say you're in my shop and I show you both of these pens, and this one has a big crack in the cap, and but I'm showing you them anyway, and you're trying them out. I'm not trying to sell you this pen necessarily. If you want it, I'll sell it to you. But I have pens like this that just have nibs in them because I have a lot of nibs, and any number 2 nib I'm going to put in a number 2 body just so you and you and you and you and you can try them out. So let's say you try this one out and you say, gee, I really, really love the way this one writes. And then you try this one and you say, gee, I really like that nib better. And I'll say, okay, well, I can yank this nib out of this pen and put it in this pen. Would that make you happy? And you say, yes, sir. And you start giving me your money. And I'll say, well, by the way, this nib is 10 years older than this pen is. And you'll look at me and you'll say, yeah, so what? I don't care. That's what you and you and you would say. you over there would say, how dare you sell a pen that doesn't have the nib that belongs in it from the factory? Well, I just did it. you, you want to watch it again? Press repeat, scroll back, a minute, and you'll see me do it. And in that sense, I'm selling a pen to someone who's going to use it. And if I sell them this pen, they're going to end up using it once or twice, and they're going to say, gee, I really don't like that nib, and they're going to ignore it. They're going to put it in the drawer, and they're going to leave it be. Or they'll put it in their beautiful showcase and show people, which is fine. But again, I'm mainly selling to you people over here, not to those people over there, but to you people. And you people, you know who you are. You people, you people. You people are the people who use the pen, and you're going to be happier with this pen, with that nib. What I try to do, if I can, is to sell you both of them. I'd say, there are going to be some times when you want to use this pen with this exact nib on it, when you want to write that prickly letter to your mother-in-law. Someone mentioned that on another video I had about, dear mother-in-law, how is it that your daughter, my saintly wife, came out of your depraved and evil womb? How was that possible? Both of these nibs are really, really neat for so many different reasons. This is the one that I would write to someone I didn't like, my mother-in-law. I don't have a wife. I don't have a mother-in-law. So let me just look at this here. Does this one say New York on it? It says Canada. Well, no wonder it writes so well. When you find a nib on a pen that says Canada, chances are it will be more flexible than one that is made in America. In the 1930s and 40s, if you see a Parker that says Canada, there's a good chance it'll be flexible. Whereas a Parker that says made in USA is going to be firm and nasty. This one says Canada. Oh my God, this says Canada too. Well, what do you know? It actually, they belong together. How could that possibly have happened? Well, what do you know? This belongs here. Well, this crack is getting worser and worser. It's like the Nile going up to the source. There's Lake Victoria. That's it. Bye.